everybody, it's Mel here and welcome back once again to my channel. Today I have like a little kind of favourites video for you. Now, May for me was like a horrendous month. It was my last ever month of university and basically all my final assignments, all my final exams were all cramped into this little month. So it was totally horrendously horrible and I had a really bad time, I'm not gonna lie. But there were some little things that give me some solace to see me through to the end of the month. So I kind of thought I would talk about a few of those. So I've got a kind of a little mixed bag. I've got a few bits, bobs, books and a bra, which is now going to be the title of the video because alliteration. So yeah, I just thought I would talk you through some of these things that have been good through May. As much as I can, I'll link everything in the description box below, so if there's anything that you see that you fancy, it'll all be down there. So off to a good start. This is not actually my favourite tea of the month, but it's by the same brand. So I actually love this tea so much that I drank all of it and I forgot to keep the box to talk about it in this video, but it's by Heath and Heather and it's an organic chamomile and spearmint tea, and it was one that my sister got me. My sister is just like the cutest person ever and she knew that I was having a really hard time in May and she bought me this little like study/anxiety pack, and it had rescue remedy pastils and tea and some vitamin drinks and all that kind of thing, and included in that was this spearmint and chamomile tea, which is really good. But in saying that, this one is the apple cinnamon one. It's actually really good too. I'm actually sitting drinking it now. I've got a little cup over here. It's actually really nice too, but the spearmint and chamomile hands down was my favourite tea of the month. So moving on to some other little bits. My skin, because I have PCOS and basically my hormones are kind of imbalanced anyway, when I'm stressed it's like a bazillion times worse, and what happens is that my skin breaks out really badly, and this was no exception. Like, I think this is the worst that it ever got since I was maybe about 14-15, back when I was like on Roaccutane. Basically all from about here on each side down, and my whole face broke out, even all around. There's still some on my chin that are starting to finally clear up now that the stress has died down a little bit. But honestly, it was like breakouts on top of breakouts. It was normal acne coupled with cystic acne. It was really bad, and normally I am quite good at covering my acne with foundation, but it was actually getting to the point where it was really hard to cover because of the texture of it. This is something that is definitely on the pricier range. It's not something that I would have gone into without researching it, but I really wanted to get on top of my skin because my skin bounced back a lot when I was younger, but I'm sort of heading swiftly towards 30 now and I want to try and keep on top of my skin and keep it good, and maintaining a good skin routine is definitely something that's high on my priority list. So I know that this is pricey, but I picked up Good Genes by Sunday Riley. It's quite a strong lactic acid treatment for your skin. I only use this once a day. I'm still using it now because I'm left with a lot of scarring and hyperpigmentation, which this stuff is unbelievable. Like, I was thinking of doing like a full review of this maybe whenever I finish the bottle, so I'll not spend too long talking about it now. But honestly, I've never tried a product that has helped my skin so much so quickly. Now, initially it actually broke me out more because basically what this does is increase your skin turnover. So my skin broke out initially, and I knew, because I know a bit about skin and all that kind of stuff, is that it was either that my skin hated this product and was reacting to it, or it was just this turnover and it was bringing out the stuff that was already under the surface. So I kind of hoped it was the second one and persevered, and it was really bad, again, like extra bad, for like a week. But after that things started to improve. I have basically no active spots on either side of my face. I still have a few on my chin, but all the scarring and everything is just going so quickly with this. I can't rave about this enough, basically. So another favourite, kind of linked to that favourite, is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. Now, I am a full coverage foundation girl. I have tried Kat Von D, I have tried NARS, I have tried a lot of the higher range foundations just to make sure that I get a good coverage. This is the mother of all coverage, and because my skin was so bad and it was getting me really down, I got bullied severely about it whenever I was younger. So whenever it comes back, it's definitely something that makes me feel very self-conscious and that I try to hide. So this has just been amazing. Now, like I said, the texture of my skin was still quite, you could tell that I had it, but it definitely covered the redness and all that kind of stuff, and it didn't cling to dry spots. So absolutely amazing foundation. I think I'll probably continue on next month. I think I'll probably need full coverage for maybe about another month or so. Hopefully by that stage my skin will be better and I can cut back a little bit over the summer. But this unreal coverage, and I am the lightest shade, which is 1. Now on to books. As I was obviously super stressed out with uni, I didn't get a lot of reading time in, but I did have a look at some little poetry collections, and these are Bear by Chrissy Williams, which is quite a new one, and The Hungry Ghost Festival by Jen Campbell. So these are both little short, sweet poetry collections. I absolutely love them both. Now I'm not going to spend too long talking about these because I'm going to do a review or a 3-view with these two, Milk and Honey as well. And I'm going to do a little giveaway of all 3 quite soon, so I'm not going to spend too long talking about these, but these were a lovely little reprieve for me from delving into all the books and stuff that I'm going to talk about in my semester wrap up, which is coming soon. But yeah, absolutely loved both of these, really enjoyed them, and they were just a nice little breakaway from things. So the next favourite is kind of a little bit random, but a couple of people have asked me about it actually, and it is this little bra from Ann Summers. This thing is just insanely comfortable, insanely supportive, but it has this little added extra of giving a little something to outfits. I wear a lot of like black sheer tops that are kind of, they're sheer up here, and this kind of adds to the outfit. I absolutely love this. It has these little sort of gold buckles here that just pop over, and it's kind of like half leather, half other material, but really good quality. I think Ann Summers bras are just on top of my bra list if I had a bra list, which I don't, but you know what I mean. But anyway, this is a really nice little bra, very comfortable, very supportive, and it adds a little something to your outfit whenever you're wearing sort of sheer tops or vest tops a lot, which I would do. So another favourite is TV, and I obviously again didn't get to watch much, but I made sure I made time for this because it is one of my favourite things every single year, and it is the Eurovision Song Contest. I love it for the camp factor, I love it for the over-the-topness, I love it for the music, the politics behind the whole thing. Man, I took a music and culture class, which I'm going to talk about more in my semester wrap up, and we did it about the Eurovision Song Contest in that class, and it just made me love it even more. Normally I get together with a group of people every year to watch it, and my friend hosted a little kind of gathering for a few of us to watch it this year, and yeah, absolutely loved it. But just see Salvador Sobral, like honestly I love that song, so I'm going to talk about my favourite music in a second, and this song that he performed at the Eurovision Song Contest is definitely one of my top songs of the month. Really enjoyed it, really beautiful, really nice harmonies. He is a fantastic performer, and I've watched a couple of interviews and things with him, and he just seems like this really beautiful person. So if you didn't watch it, obviously the winner was Salvador Sobral from Portugal, and I am so excited because I've already arranged with a couple of friends to head over to Portugal next year for the next Eurovision Song Contest, so I'm going to be there at it, and I'm super duper excited about it. I actually can't wait already. So it's in May, and it's normally around my birthday, so it'll just be a great little trip, and I've never been to Portugal before, so I'll get to experience that too with some of my friends, so I'm really excited about that. So yes, his song Amar Pelos Dios, absolutely beautiful, loved it, and music is something that I could probably spend a really long time about it, so I've chopped my favourite music down to my top 3 songs of the month, so that is obviously going to be one of them. The next one is Bishop Briggs, Wild Horses. I've listened to that a number of times this month. Normally I listen to a lot of jazz, gypsy jazz, and 80s rock is always there. Like, I kind of go through these different genres, but those are the ones that are very consistent. But I didn't listen to actually a lot of either of them this month, so it was a lot of kind of hip-hop, acoustic stuff, and some electronic music as well. And one of my favourite electronic music tracks that I found is by this guy called Son. I think that's how he pronounced it. And he makes just his album is amazing, but the top song that I've listened to, like, do you ever get those songs and you just play them over and over, is a song called Artifice from the album Tremors. So check that out. I'll leave links to all of those that I've just mentioned in the description box too, so they're definitely worth listening. So obviously I had other songs that I listened to, but I'm not going to bombard you with them. Those are the top 3. So the last thing on my favourite list this month is actually a little place, a little cafe. I tend to take myself on little dates quite a bit whenever you're perpetually single. It's something that you can end up getting into a habit of, and after my final exam on the 31st of May, I was just so relieved, and I took myself to a little place very close to Queen's University Belfast, which is The Pocket, and I absolutely love it in there. They do such amazing food, drinks, they have all the different types of milks, they just brilliant little small business. So I went there and took myself out for a little treat, and I had a waffle. Now everyone's going to make fun of me for the way I say this, so I know a lot of people who watch my videos are actually from America. Fuck yeah! So I know I sound weird anyway. I'm like kind of, my accent lies somewhere between Jimmy Nesbitt and Liam Neeson.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
But even people from here make fun of the way I say waffle. Apparently I say it funny. My friends make fun of me for it all the time. But I had a waffle and it was the most amazing waffle I've had. They tend to have one on the menu every single time, and they kind of change it up a little bit depending on the season or whatever, and they add like different flavors. And this one was just unreal. I put a little picture in and I sat there and had a little cup of tea, and it was just really, really nice. Now it probably just tasted extra good because I had just finished all my exams and uni was over, and I think I was probably on some kind of endorphin high. Honestly, it was unreal. So yeah, those have been my favorites for the month. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll list everything down below. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next upload. Bye!
I'll raise a glass to you, and you'll raise a glass to me, and when they're half full, we'll top them up with whiskey.